Karlův Bridge is a medieval stone arch bridge that crosses the Vltava River in Prague, Czech Republic. Its construction started in 1357 under the auspices of King Charles IV, and finished in the early 15th century. The bridge replaced the old Judith Bridge built 1158 to 1172 that had been badly damaged by a flood in 1342. This new bridge was originally called Stone Bridge, Kamenný ʻmost, or Prague Bridge, but has been referred to as Karlův Bridge since 1870. As the only means of crossing the river Vltava until 1841, Karlův Bridge was the most important connection between Prague Castle and the city's old town and adjacent areas. This land connection made Prague important as a trade route between Eastern and Western Europe. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the bridge is 516 meters, 1,693 feet, long and nearly 10 meters, 33 feet, wide. Following the example of the stone bridge in Regensburg, it was built as a bow bridge with 16 arches shielded by ice guards. It is protected by 3 bridge towers, 2 on the lesser quarter side, including the Mala Strana Bridge Tower, and 1 on the Old Town side, the Old Town Bridge Tower. The bridge is decorated by a continuous alley of 30 statues and statuaries, most of them Baroque style, originally erected around 1700, but now all have been replaced by replicas. Throughout its history, Karlův Bridge has suffered several disasters and witnessed many historic events. Czech legend has it that construction began on Karlův Bridge at 5:31 a.m. on 9 July 1357 with the first stone being laid by Charles IV himself. This exact time was very important to the Holy Roman Emperor because he was a strong believer in numerology and felt that this specific time, which formed a palindrome, 1357 and 9/7 531, was a numerical bridge, and would imbue Karlův Bridge with additional strength. The bridge was completed 45 years later in 1402. A flood in 1432 damaged 3 pillars. In 1496 the third arch, counting from the Old Town side, broke down after one of the pillars lowered, being undermined by the water. Repairs were finished in 1503. A year after the Battle of White Mountain, when the 27 leaders of the anti-Habsburg revolt were executed on 21 June 1621, the Old Town Bridge Tower served as a deterrent display of the severed heads of the victims to stop Czechs from further resistance. During the end of the 30 Years' War in 1648, the Swedes occupied the west bank of the Vltava, and as they tried to advance into the Old Town the heaviest fighting took place right on the bridge. During the fighting, they severely damaged one side of the Old Town Bridge Tower, the side facing the river, and the remnants of almost all Gothic decorations had to be removed from it afterward. During the late 17th century and early 18th century the bridge gained its typical appearance when an alley of Baroque statues was installed on the pillars. During a great flood in 1784, 5 pillars were severely damaged and, although the arches did not break down, the traffic on the bridge had to be greatly restricted for some time. The original stairway to Campa Island was replaced by a new one in 1844. The next year, another great flood threatened the bridge, but the bridge escaped major damage. In 1848, during the Revolutionary days, the bridge escaped unharmed from the cannonade, but some of the statues were damaged. In 1866, pseudo-Gothic gaslights were erected on the balustrade. They were later replaced with electric lighting. In the 1870s, the first regular public transport, omnibus, line went over the bridge, officially called Karlův Bridge after 1870, later replaced by a horse tram. The bridge towers underwent a thorough reconstruction between 1874 and 1883. On the 2nd to the 5th of September 1890, another disastrous flood struck Prague and severely damaged Karlův Bridge. Thousands of rafts, logs and other floating materials that escaped from places upstream gradually formed a huge barrier leaning against the bridge. 3 arches were torn down by the great pressure and 2 pillars collapsed from being undermined by the water, while others were partly damaged. With the 5th pillar, 2 statues, Saint Ignatius of Loyola and Saint Xavier, both by Ferdinand Brokoff, also fell into the river. The former statue was replaced by a statuary of Saints Cyril and Methodius by Karel Dvořák. The latter was replaced by a replica of the original. Repair works lasted for 2 years. The bridge was reopened on 19 November 1892, and cost 665,000 crowns.